So what would be your actual first book?
You know, this is a difficult one because I'm not exactly sure if I'm one of those guys that reads books over and over again. It's one of those things where I enjoy them. Maybe I'll read them twice, maybe I'll read them 3 times. But overall, it's not something that I come back to over and over again. But I love biographies.
Yes.
And one of the biographies I really have enjoyed and read a couple times was actually Team of Rivals.
Yes.
By a presidential historian named Doris Goodwin Kearns. And this actually is set in the time of Abraham Lincoln, who ran against a number of people for the presidency, who eventually end up in his cabinet. And he is working with his rivals, thus the team of rivals. But in terms of thinking through for the country how to run and manage a country, especially in great turmoil. And I found that to be instructive, not just in terms of learning more about Abraham Lincoln, but in terms of his own leadership, in terms of the country at that point in time. And so I found great enjoyment in it. It was also very well written.
It's a great book, Team of Rivals.
Right?
That's a great choice. You're off to a great start.
I wouldn't mind reading that over and over and over and over again on a deserted island.
You can have it. How
Very
about your
good.
second book?
The other interest that I have is actually the Asian theater of Second World War. My major in college was history, which happened to be actually in the ancient history in particular. My senior paper was on the use of Athenian coin for voting. So this doesn't really affect us very much in terms of what we do, but The Rising Sun by John Toland.
Yes.
And it's about what happened in terms of the rise and fall of the Japanese Empire. And part of the reason for that interest is oftentimes in our both popular media as well as books, the focus is on the European theater, not necessarily the Asian theater. And so that piques my curiosity. But also, Korea, where I was born, was actually occupied during that time by the imperial ambition of Japan. So it brings in multiple points of interest in history personally that allows me to enjoy that quite a bit.